Hey there, it's Walt. So it's summertime in the Northern Hemisphere. How are you doing with your vacation planning? Do you have one scheduled? Are you going to take it? You know, in ordinary circumstances, most entrepreneurs and business professionals aren't terribly good at taking vacations. By vacations, I mean real vacations, like vacations off the grid, like vacations without looking at your internet and smartphone and email every single day, that you're like really away from it. And the truth is, it's only when we step completely away can we actually rest and recreate and rejuvenate so that we can go back and do the work that we're meant to do in the world and take care of those people that we're meant to care for and do the important work that we're meant to do effectively. It requires that we actually take the time to rest. Now, in ordinary circumstances, the research suggests that in the United States, a huge amount of vacation time goes unused. We're slightly better in Western Europe, but still, by and large, vacations, holidays are working vacations, meaning they're not really vacations. We don't really open up that time and that space. One of the reasons Ann and I so love high altitude mountaineering is, number one, the environment kind of requires that you be present and not dialed in. And the environment also precludes usually any kind of connection with the outside world. So there's a pretty firm demarcation there that we have. Now, we're aware this year that we don't have that firm demarcation. So much of travel is precluded. And even though we had a number of really exciting trips scheduled, those have been canceled. And so we're left with creating for ourselves those structural demarcations. And so I want to invite you to look at what you're doing this summer for yourself to mark out time and space away from your work. You know, there was good and bad about the last 3 or 4 months. You know, many of us discovered that it was nice not to go to the office, that it was nice not to have to go places. And the problem with always being quarantined at home is that there's really no escape. And for me, for Ann, we really love our work. And so if there's a sense of idleness, you know, we kind of tend to gravitate back to what we love. And even though we might say, well, you know, we're going to spend some time in the garden, but oh, wow, you know, we've got this kind of cool program we want to develop. And so we'll go back to planning that. And all of those boundaries, to the extent that work-life balance exists, and it really doesn't, there's just life, but to the extent that there were ever any work-life balance, in the last 3 or 4 months, all of that's been conflated. And so it's just, you're always kind of in it. You're in it with the fam, you're in it with your partner, with your spouse, with your significant other, you're in it with your business, and there are no firm structures. There are no firm lines. Now, we're big about planning, weekly planning, creating structure around our business life, and we teach that, and we help our clients do that, and it's highly effective. What we're discovering is that we need to create that structure, that really clear, demarked structure this year around our playtime, that we need to be much more mindful and intentional, that we actually need to create almost artificial structures and lines around the time where we're going to have fun, where we're going to go outside, where we're going to recreate, where we're going to actually step away from the grid, step away from the smartphone. So You may not have this challenge. Maybe you've got a great place to go, a cabin, a boat, an RV, and that's great. Definitely go off and do that. And if you do it, make it a real vacation. And if you don't have that opportunity, if you don't have that place to go, really spend some time and effort creating the artificial boundaries that will enable you to really rest and recover so that you can do the work you're meant to do. All right. It is summertime and there's lots of fun things to do. Let's go out and find them. Make it a great rest of the day, great rest of the week. Talk soon.